Hey, it's Fred, the submarine guy. We're going to talk about Fred's 30-day lead generating process today, and we're on step 27. Actually, I think I skipped a couple. I'll tell you why later. This one's about generating new leads as a podcaster. By the way, if you can see, I got a new background here. We're still moving around room stuff, and I'm in my daughter's room right now. Okay, let's get started on podcasting. Lead generation is your most important task in business that is literally going to explode your income. Getting subscribers on your email list lets you communicate with them for months and years to come as you provide leading, training, leadership, guidance, and recommendations. Remember, your email list is your most valuable asset. Let's get started. In order to build the longest list of leads possible, you need to create value in every media form that you possibly can. The reason I slowed down there was to emphasize that, to give you some perspective here. Some people prefer to read books. Others enjoy videos, and some consumers just like listening to audio. So wouldn't it be smart if you, as the savvy marketer, created some of each of those, if not one topic in 3 or 4 different modalities, that is, and got it to them in audio, video, or in writing. Here's how you can do it. You can create a free podcast and talk about different topics related to your brand's niche. Podcasts or audios can be easily downloaded and listened to on the go by your readers and your listeners, unlike videos or blog posts. Now, you can download a video, but you look kind of weird, walking along the street watching a video or reading a blog post or something. But you can easily have your headphones in with your phone in your pocket or your purse or whatever, or on your arm if you're running, to listen to audios. So it's good to translate your trainings into audios. Creating the same information in these different formats is known as synchronizing or synchronization, which means taking one communication method and turning it into 3 or more different venues. Let's see how to do this. Now, I don't know if you've noticed it, but for each of these articles that I present, I start out with a PLR, or private label resale, piece of material that I bought or downloaded with some others. And I improved the PLR with my experience and my knowledge and with things that I've learned, so that it's not just PLR from a cheap vendor, for instance. I then turn that into a blog post and save that. I then turn that blog post into a presentation by using the PLR materials that I've written over. And then I turn the presentation into a video by reading through it like I'm doing now and talking over the presentation. And then I take the video and upload it to YouTube, and also strip the audio out of it with a little piece of software I have and create an audio, and then upload that to multiple podcast directories. So I take one piece of content, written content, turn it into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 other venues, which I can then upload. The podcast goes to 6 or 8 different places. The video can go to 4 or 5 different places, maybe more. Certainly YouTube gets shared all over the place. And there's 6 or 8 places where you can load up your presentations. So seven different instances, 6 or 7 instances using one piece of information is the synchronization, okay? You can create 7 different instances with one piece of information. It's a great way to increase your exposure using only one piece of content. You can discuss your experiences, you can give out advice about the things you've learned and the challenges you've overcome. One of the things I learned early on is a little saying that when you learn something, you do it. In other words, you execute it and put it in practice, and then you teach about it. Learn, do, teach. And every time you learn something new, you go do it to make sure it works, or figure out how to make it work. And then you can teach about it. And that becomes your training, like I'm giving you now, to get your knowledge and leadership out there. This allows your target audience a chance to see the personal side of you and your business and your leadership. Make sure that during the episode you deliver a strong call to action to get them to land on your lead magnet page and sign up. Don't I always do that? Don't I always say, make sure you go to the blog post down here in my video? That's to get you over to the blog, which gets you on to my page that has a lead capture form. It's also easy to do on a podcast. The podcast gives you a small space to write some content about your audio that you've just uploaded. And what I do is I put a link in there back to the blog post, and I also put a link in there to the video on YouTube. So I get some cross-fertilization from my podcast audio, which has a written part underneath it that goes with the audio that goes back to the blog post and goes over to the video. Very easy to do on the podcast. Basically, I just copy and paste the one I did last time, change the URLs and the name of it and things like that, and hit save, and I'm done in a minute or two. For more exciting tips on lead generation, see my blog post at the link below. The next tip to bring you more leads will be coming soon. So hit the subscribe button down there so you can be the first to be notified. Remember, copying success in business works. Make sure you do it.